The Book of Ruth anthology was number one new release and bestseller on Amazon. Product of the month in Sheen magazine. Unlimited Kindle and paperback.
Have a brand? Do you want to get it in front of millions of people instantly? Well, email me right now, ogod@hiphopun.com.
Well, we got West Coast Cam on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. We
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on short notice. Got him for a couple minutes. Maybe we wanted to show some love and get some perspective from his side. Now, we talked yesterday on the show about Ice Cube. We wanted to have him on. We've been trying to get him on for forever, but whatever the case may be, we were going to ask him about NWA and its influence on hip hop and what he thought about it being stigmatized as gangster rap. Well, somebody on Twitter asked him this yesterday, and we thought it was a dope conversation. The question was NWA part of the agenda to destroy conscious rap, which was growing in popularity at the time, and promote sex violence and gangster behavior amongst the youth? Ice Cube's response was no. NWA started out as a straight underground rap group with no expectations of commercial success. Fans and the media turned us into a mainstream juggernaut. Now, I just seen your thoughts on NWA with Henry Geller and his people and what really tore up NWA. That's why I wanted to get you on right now to get your thoughts on what Ice Cube said and NWA as a whole.
I didn't hear. Can you reread that quote that you said Ice Cube said? Because this ain't about Ice Cube, but Ice Cube
Right.
was the lead writer of the group.
Right.
I want to because I'm gonna reveal some stuff. You know what I'm saying, based on what you reread.
Yes, sir. So Ice Cube's response was no. NWA started out as a straight underground rap group with no expectations of commercial success. Fans and the media turned us into a mainstream juggernaut.
And the question was NWA not used to destroy hip hop? What was the question?
They said, was NWA part of the agenda to destroy conscious rap, which was growing in popularity at the time, to promote sex violence and gangster behavior amongst the youth in particular?
Right. So the question was they definitely was used, but question is did you know you was being used or not like that?
Yeah.
You definitely was being used.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't point the finger necessarily at the instrument. You know what I'm saying? I can use a pen or a pencil to kill somebody. So it's not necessarily the pen or the pencil's fault until the pen or the pencil is aware of how they being used. Once they be made known aware, made aware of how they're being used, then it is your fault. So in the beginning, I agree with him, but once you see, Jerry Heller and his community was actually the ones using us as these type of tools and slaves and instruments for their agenda. So us as young 18, 17, 18, fresh out of high school, we feel like, okay, this is legal. This ain't dope. I can rap about dope. I can rap about pimping and hoeing and gang banging. And I stepped back and I kept busting. Like, you're not busting at the police. You can say F the police, but you talking about busting at niggas. You know what I'm saying? You talking about pimping and hoeing and slapping your sisters. You're not talking about slapping white people, white girls. So we know what we was doing, but as far as just some fun little hood, mixtape type stuff in the hood, that's what we was doing it for. But once you seen, you know, major labels like Priority or Interscope or people that is taking us to the next level, then we got to have a conversation about that. So the late 80s, 87, 88, 89, when NWA was popping, I give them that. They didn't know nothing about no agenda. They just knew, okay, we popping, and it's getting big. But once you start getting conscious, you know, Brother Cam and others in 1990 or whatever, anything after you've been warned and it's been revealed to you and you've been taught how you being used and who the enemy is that's using you. Now, if you continue to do, what you want to do and say those type of, lyrics and influencing the people and saying, it's about money and we ain't role models. Now you're a role model. And it's not just Cube, is all of them. I know all the NWA.
Right.
Them all my loved ones. I'm the star witness of every mainstream rap star on the West Coast. You can't run none of that with me. So I'll be quiet until I hear, you know, this denial of accountability. Like, you can't run that with me. I'm the star witness of making sure you know who the enemy was, how you being used, you know. So we didn't have many intimate conversations. So if you know, it's not about him. It's just Cube is the star writer. He was my favorite. You know, that's why I even rock with him. He's my favorite. That was my most inspirational rap hero. Made me want to do what I'm doing. You know, but once you get, you know, close and you know, you see how disappointment or whatever affects people, just like, you know, you can see how disappointment affects me. I'm gonna fall back and do the family thing. I'm gonna be Mr. Black Husband Gang. I'm gonna do something else with my life.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go from that to gangster killer and a dope dealer. I'm not gonna go to what's the group with Mac 10 and, you know,
West Side Connection.
yeah, you know, you wasn't talking about nothing positive. You definitely knew better at that point, right? Right. So, you know, we can have a conversation. You know, I'm a star witness. You know, like I said, I doubt anybody want to sit down and have a conversation with me. I'm talking about the suspects on this subject. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was one of the main ones, and you know, I got registered in the Nation of Islam in January 1991, January 11th, 1991. So from the late 90s to the early 90, I mean late 1990 to early 91, our biggest I ain't gonna say adversary, but our biggest challenge was our own people that was spewing and influencing our males and females with that music. All them rap summits that Minister Farrakhan was doing, he was talking to the rappers, change your lyrics, change your lyrics, change your lyrics. So you don't really want to go there with me, like, but I love it. I sure want to hear if you want to try.
So when at the time, did you have any, not with Cube in particular, but did you have any conversation with any of the hip hop artists at that time on the West Coast, or anybody that was kind of giving that music that wasn't or that was contradictory to our success and our livelihood?
All every last one of them, everybody that love and respect Brother Cam. That's why I was Nation of Islam soldier with these lyrics, with this pen. I wasn't talking about killing niggas and, you know, pimping hoes. I didn't even say bitch on the record. My
Right.
enemy was the slave master and you know, the real enemy.
Right.
So I was the one with the, you know, even though I wasn't wearing no African medallions, but still that was my lane. It was black conscious, like RBG, revolutionary but gangster. It was gangster, but it was pro-black. It wasn't, you know, black on black crime and black on black violence and sell dope and pimp and slap a bitch and slap a hoe, and it wasn't none of that. So that was my problem. Like in real life, we used to, you know, have to press niggas like that in real life.
Yeah.
You got the quote, the other quote where he was talking about the crack cocaine.
I do. He also had a good question asked to him about the crack and cocaine era, in particular as it pertains to hip hop. Let me pull that up for you too. I'd like to get your thoughts on that as well. Give me 1 second. I'll have it for you.
Tune into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Got West Coast Cam in the building. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button and share the video.
Let's go. All right. So one of the comments said, unfortunately, music did play a part with the crack being pumped into our Black and Latino neighborhoods. Ice Cube response was bullshit. Crack was in the neighborhood a decade before gangster rap. In the 70s, it was called freebase. So it was heroin, weed, Molly, gang banging, drive-bys, pimping and hoeing, dropping out of school, young girls getting pregnant, cussing and using the word nigga. It was all here before NWA. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, a lot of stuff was here, but who was promoting it? You know what I'm saying? You know, this ain't about what was here. This is about what we popularized, what we glamorized, what we glorified, and what we know we being used to do. Like, if you don't want your brother or your on crack, you don't want your sister getting hold, you don't want your mama getting hold. Why would you be promoting it like that? Like, it's cool because if you promoting, okay, I'm selling kilos. Okay, that's how niggas getting money right now, but that means you're selling poison to your own people. Strawberry is the neighborhood hoe. Like, okay, that's cool, but that's still your little sister. That's still my little sister, right? So I ain't gonna smoke you over my sister. I don't care if she or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna let you disrespect my mom's because she on crack.
Right.
So Tupac was like, even as a crack fiend, mama, you was a black queen, so you could have went that way, right? So for you to talk about bullshit, like, nah, you on the bullshit if that's what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all wanna wake up the lion. Y'all want the lion to roar, then that's what we gonna do.
Are you real quick? Are you in certain places where they say you're related to Ice Cube? Is that true or no?
No, that was a typo or a
Okay.
misprint. Somebody was confusing me with Dale from
Oh, okay.
Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. That's Ice Cube.
Word. Now, why do you think? Because Cube's not stupid, and I think Cube is genuine. We don't know him. Damn sure don't know him as well as you. Genuine in caring about black people and caring about the betterment of black people, but it also seems like he's not taking 100% accountability in his role, whether he wanted it to be or not, with some of the messaging involved. Eventually, when it came to mainstream popularity, with some of the things that NWA's influence had, would that be fair to say? And why do you think that is, if it is?
I personally have never heard Q. Like I said, you're the one asking me these questions about
Yes,
Q.
sir. Yes, sir.
So it's not me bringing it up. So everybody that's gonna see it, man, you always Q.
No,
No,
I
my
asked you.
brother and them is asking me about Q
Yes. Yep.
because they know I got an intimate, detailed relationship and knowledge, and with my brother. So what was the question again?
I was asking because it seems from our viewpoint, I would not. I would say Ice Cube genuinely cares about black people. He cares about the betterment of
Right,
black people. This is why he's having these conversations with the people. But it also, in his answers, seems
right.
as like he's kind of deflecting
I have
accountability just a
never
little
heard.
bit in his role.
I have never heard him take accountability for his negative influence or his role that knowingly has the influence of a whole generation of black people in the 90s and the 2000s and globally. I can't really speak on how he affected the youth globally, but our youth in our generation, our era, I have never heard him say, I apologize or I'm sorry for calling women bitches, or it's always with some women are bitches or something, crack was
Mm.
already here and all this type of stuff, right? As though you didn't perpetuate it, as though you didn't help fan the flames, as though you didn't know niggas was doing drive-bys or gang banging to your music.
Mm, mm.
So you knew it, especially when you got with me. Once we got together on a death certificate, that people say that's his best album, most conscious album. You know what I'm saying? That's with it was a good today was a good day. All of that. That was the most positively influential album. But then that shows that you knew better. That shows that you knew how to do the right thing with your lyrics and with your influence musically as a rap artist. Why not keep it up? It wasn't selling. Also, is it you know the bottom line? Is it this above the condition of our people? Like, what is it? Like I said, I never personally heard. I heard Snoop take accountability. I heard Danny every other rap person like, yeah, I just I feel bad because I know I was used. I was this and this and that. I never heard Cube take accountability. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I never heard it.
Mm.
I think that's because personally is a aspect of pride, and it's an aspect of fear, because if you take accountability, then you're responsible for some type of restitution or some type of whatever. I'm not interested in that. I'm just
Right.
interested. Some people just want you to apologize. Some
Mm.
people just want you to be a man or a woman and take accountability for what how you negatively influence people.
Yeah.
But if you say, "Well, I ain't supposed to raise your children," oh well, we a whole nation of orphans, mentally dead parents.
Mm.
We are the product of 400 and something years of slavery, suffering, death, mental death. We orphans, spiritually and mentally. You knew that.
Mm.
But you know, I would love to sit down with bro. I doubt if he ever do it. You know, I'll tone it all the way down, whatever feelings or whatever passion I got. You know, we can actually have a conversation just like calm. Like, so do you not, you know, how do you feel? Do you feel actually like you might have negatively influenced it? You know, I would love to hear that. I would love to participate in that.
Yeah.
Right. Did you have some type of falling out or you had to stop talking?
Um, a little of both, but that was a long time ago, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that really, you know, I know my brother. It's just like I got biological brothers that I don't even talk to. So it's
Right.
not, you know, nothing about. I'm a man of principle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you know, if you're doing your thing, just don't step on our toes of us trying to wake up and clean up our people. But if I see you using your influence to do that, then we're gonna have to have a conversation. You know, or if we can't have a conversation, then I'm gonna have to use my platform like you use yours.
Yeah.
So you know, it'll become a case of David and Goliath, and you know how that story went.
Yes, sir. West Coast Cam on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Hey, bro, we definitely appreciate you. I texted you 2 minutes before you came on, and you were right here, man. Much
Yeah.
love. Definitely appreciate you. Let the people know real quick where they can find you, where they can keep listening to what you got going on, brother.
You can find me on social media, West Coast Cam, at everything, Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Um, what else is going on? I got a new project that we're gonna be dropping with Battle Cat, me and Battle Cat. Um, we don't got a name for it. We got a whole album, but the single that we got to drop called Positivity.
Word,
You
okay.
know, speaking of you know, positivity, meaning being tough ain't negative. Being tough and being gangster and a warrior, it ain't about, you know, anti your own people. Like positivity means really embracing, you know, your own people and pardoning and forgiving, but taking accountability. Is, you know, people can't necessarily be pardoned or forgiven if they're not going to, you know, take accountability for what they know they did. So
Yeah.
I spend the majority of my life, you know, offering olive branches to people that did me wrong, did me dirty. You know what I'm saying? But you know, God bless me, like I said, with being a black husband, a black, you know, wife, family. You know, that's my bag, that's my wealth. That's what makes me be able to come out here and deal with the, you know, the adversaries of my own people. Don't nothing hurt worse than being betrayed by your own people. You know,
Facts.
especially if you give your life, especially, you know, a person like me following Farrakhan, you know, he engaged 70 years of his life. You know, I done gave about 32 years of my life. I'm talking about poor righteous teaching, poor
Right.
righteous teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to see, you know, some of our people still at it and not wanting to take accountability, that hurts. But I can put my little feelings in the back seat and we'll have a real intelligent conversation. But yeah, you can find me on West Coast Cam, and a salute to y'all as always, and salute
Sure.
to Special Ed. You know, I'm here. I'm riding with Ed. You know what I'm saying, on what he said. He wasn't trying to make it an East Coast West Coast thing. He was saying a fact, and I say the same thing. I loved hip hop. I love rap. And
Right.
I loved NWA. I love Ice T. I love Mixmaster Spade and Toddy T. And, you know, I love DJ Quick. Love Snoop. But I saw, and they know how they was being used by the Jerry Heller community, the small hat community. So if you trying to deny that, then I got a problem with you.
That is what it is. West Coast Cam on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Always appreciate you,
Appreciate
brother.
you, brother.
As always, salute.
Thank y'all. Peace.